Before I get into this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super, I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of this new Dragon Ball Z Amino app that I downloaded. I'll leave all the links down below in the description. I recommend everybody to go check this out. It's a pretty cool little community where you can basically get on here and talk to other Dragon Ball fans from really all over. You can upload your fan art, you can take a poll, you can look at polls and vote, you can get information, you can get news. There's just so much to do on here. I'm still digging through and finding everything. So download the app and find me on there, Geekdom 101, and we'll talk Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super, episode 42. Welcome to my review / reaction / analysis. The episode title, Haran no Shukusho Kai, Suini Taiketsu, Monaka Tai Son Goku, which translates directly to a tumultuous victory celebration, facing off at last, Monaka versus Son Goku, with a question mark. Now that the tournament is over, this episode is pretty much, I want to say like, in between. I don't want to use the word filler, but it kind of is somewhat filler. It's basically an in-between arc episode, but it might be building to something later on. So pretty much the episode begins, it essentially begins on Beerus' planet with Whis and Beerus talking to Bulma. Bulma is inviting Whis and Beerus, or Whis, however you want to pronounce it, over to a tournament victory party she's throwing at Capsule Corp. And she's like, be sure to bring Monaka. And it's interesting because it's a party that takes place at Capsule Corp, which is a complete throwback to the Battle of Gods movie. If you remember, in the Battle of Gods movie, the scene with Beerus showing up in the birthday party was at Capsule Corp, but in the arc, it was on the ship. So it's interesting to me that, you know, that they actually brought that back. Like, I really like that. Now we're kind of seeing like a retread or a throwback to what happened in Battle of Gods. At Capsule Corp, excuse me. Beerus, however, tells Whis that he's worried that bringing Monaka will provoke Goku into fighting Monaka, exposing that Monaka is actually weak. Goku wants to test himself against Monaka and apparently has been wanting to for quite some time. So I'm thinking at this point, well, why would Beerus care? I mean, why would Beerus really give a damn? But then they explain that the Omni King, that Zeno, if he finds out that Beerus has been telling lies, he might be in trouble. So that somewhat makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if it's a big deal. But hey, whatever, that's their explanation. So we then go to the party, and first of all, I just want to say, anime food looks amazing, obviously. The way they draw this food, I mean, I sound like a fucking fatty right now, but anime food looks great. So basically, Bulma, to avoid what happened at the previous party with Beerus losing his mind with Majin Buu and that whole wackiness that went on, she has doubled the food for everybody. So now there's lots and lots of food, so it won't be like last time. Everybody's there dressed like they did in their Battle of Gods era costumes, except for Bulma. She's still wearing the Resurrection F clothing, you know, the short hair with the white shirt, the jeans. So she still looks like that. Again, no sign of bra. You would think she would be pregnant by now, but that's a video for a whole other thing, all right? That's a whole other story. Anyways, Vegeta, back in his armor. The Resurrection F costumes have been dropped. You know, the Whis training costumes have been pretty much dropped for now. I don't know if they'll come back. Jocko is there. Boo's eating. Jocko sees Monaka show up, and he is pretty much confirmed as the delivery boy. So he pretty much says that he does work as a delivery guy. Chi-Chi is very impressed that he actually has a job, which goes back to the first episode of Dragon Ball Super. Mr. Satan greets Monaka, and he pretty much tells him, basically, Satan ordered some packages. Kind of weird that Satan is now, like, this didn't make a lot of sense, guys. I mean, this is, okay, this was a fun episode and was really funny, and it was really, really fun to watch, but there's a lot of things that didn't make sense here, which I will go over. First of all, I don't know how Satan even knows Monaka. Second of all, there has to have been a time skip at some point. I don't know if this is a week, a month, or a couple months. Probably not a couple months because they're doing a victory celebration for the tournament, but I don't know how the hell Satan already knows who Monaka is and is getting deliveries from him. Like, I thought he was like a space delivery boy. I don't know. Anyways, it's Dragon Ball. Let's not overthink it. Satan orders packages delivered, And he basically wants to ask him, I want you to be my mascot. He wants Monaka to be the mascot for the Satan Gym, because I guess Satan heard about him winning the tournament. The funny thing is that how would that affect anybody on Earth? Like, why would the Earthlings, because his whole thing was he wants Monaka to be the mascot so that people would come to his school and train with him and he can make money, thinking they're going to be as strong as Monaka. But how would the Earthlings even know who Monaka is? That tournament was not televised, on Earth. I'm confused. It is kind of weak writing. Let's be real. It's weak writing, okay? It doesn't make much sense, but whatever. Maybe Satan was planning on getting him over. Maybe Satan was planning on putting him over. Who knows? He then calls over another Monaka, which we find out is Pisa. That's right, Pisa from the Cell Saga, the lady that was with Mr. Satan. She's wearing a Monaka costume in the meantime because she's playing the mascot. Taller, a little bit discolorized. So those of you who predicted there would be a Monaka costume, you are a great prognosticator. I know some folks were like, yo, it doesn't look like Monaka, it doesn't look like Monaka. And I kind of caught that too, but I thought maybe, because you know how it is with Super, it could be bad animation. But no, there is something to this. So Goten and Trunks come in, open up some boxes, and knock out Monaka for a little while. Krillin asked Piccolo about Monaka actually being weak, because he's starting to pick up on this. Piccolo ignores it. Then Beerus and Whis arrive. Now, Bulma has pretty much already figured out Monaka's secret. I'm not sure if Beerus told her, if she just figured it out. And that's the reason why Beerus didn't invite him. But Monaka's already there because of the delivery that Satan ordered. So, bad timing. Delivery just happened to be during the party. Again, kind of a coincidence, but what can you do? Again, the writing's not the best in this episode, but it is funny, okay? There are good things here. There's good and bad with this episode. So, Beerus tells everybody, like everybody who's there, do not tell Goku Monaka's secret, or else he'll kill you, essentially. Because they still want, Goku to be motivated, which, again, there's a problem there, which I'll get to in a minute. So Goku teleports in wearing his tractor clothes, the ones from the 2008 OVA and the early Super episodes, when he was driving the tractor. And Chi-Chi's mad with Goku having dirty clothes, so he teleports away. Whis then explains to everybody that if Goku does find out that Monaka is weak, that they'd better find something else to motivate him, because he's got to get stronger for the Omni tournament. Goku, he basically says that if Goku loses, Whis doesn't know what may happen to Earth, because Beerus might flip out. So I guess the gods of destruction are not going to be competing. However, they do explain, this is kind of a big thing here, that the gods of destruction for every universe will be at this tournament. Okay, so we're going to see every god of destruction at this tournament. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Goku teleports back in his classic gi. Now, the problem that I have with this is, I've said it before, why does Goku need Monaka to be like the benchmark? Why does Goku need Monaka to motivate him? Should the motivation not be Beerus himself? Shouldn't Goku want to be as strong as Beerus? It never made sense to me. Monaka's kind of a pointless comedy character, because Goku's motivation should be to be like Beerus, right? So Trunks shows up and he tells Beerus, why don't you disguise yourself as Monaka? And by the way, for the record, Goten and Trunks still have not aged. So this obviously can't be that far from the Universe 6 tournament. But again, there's no actual timestamp as to when this takes place after the tournament. So Goku takes Monaka, the real one, by the hand and is trying to find a place for him to fight away from the crowd, because Goku wants to test himself against Monaka. Goten and Trunks show up with a Monaka costume. I thought this was funny. Again, they give it to Beerus. Then everybody teams up to distract Goku. First, Chaozu does his telekinetic force field attack, or whatever you want to call it, and puts a force field on Goku and Monaka. It was funny. And I like that Chaozu's doing something, but how the hell is Chaozu's force field strong enough to hold back Goku at this point? How does that make any sense? Then Krillin runs in and does a Taioken, or as they call it in the dub, Solar Flare, to distract Goku and blind him. During this, Beerus goes ahead and puts on the Monaka costume, and he's pissed that a god of destruction should have to put on this ridiculous costume. Solar Flare wears off. Goku sees Monaka decked out in the Satan costume, the fake one. It's actually Beerus. Monaka's hiding behind Enma, aka, not Enma, I'm sorry, the Ox King. He's hiding behind the Ox King. Bulma tells them to please fight far away to not mess up the party, so they go away or whatever. Not too far, but far enough that they're not going to mess anything up. Beerus in the Monaka costume blindsides Goku with a big headbutt. Him and Goku are fighting, but suddenly the costume breaks and Beerus' fist is exposed. So he freaks out and starts blocking all of Goku's shots with his other hand because Beerus is freaking amazing. So they're going at it. Beerus clocks Goku with a big shot in a right hand. The Monaka helmet or whatever gets twisted and spins like freaking the Exorcist. Hilarious shit here. I had a great time watching that. Vegeta and Piccolo quickly jump in, block in front to hide that the costume's falling apart. Then Beerus uses some of Piccolo's cape to wrap it around his waist and hide the fact that his costume is falling apart. Monaka Beerus, whatever, powers up. They start fighting. Beerus gets the upper hand because it's freaking Beerus. Goku, by the way, fighting in his base form. Goku comes back with some big shots and rips Monaka's ear off like Mick Foley. Beerus is like, fuck. He snaps. He freaking starts to lunge at Goku with big shots, hits Goku in the face, but unfortunately that exposes Beerus' arm, so the costume falls apart even more. Whis says that he's just enjoying the fight, and because Beerus hasn't fought in a while, because he was just a spectator at the Universe 6 tournament, so Beerus is now getting to stretch his muscles out. Goku's impressed. Both of them power up. Whis is eating. Goku's still in his base. They lunge at each other with punches. Whis appears in between and says, enough, and blocks both punches. Whis says that Beerus demands you to stop, and Goku looks down and sees Beerus looking up at him. And yes, folks, it's Puar who shapeshifted into Beerus. I'm so happy they did this because we haven't seen Puar shapeshift since when? Since when? Can you even remember? Dragon Ball? It's been forever, so I'm so happy that they actually used the shape-shifting again. That made me smile. Super knows how to use its characters, but there are still, holes here that which may or may not be from Toriyama. We don't know if it's Toriyama or Toei. So anyways, Goku, comes down, and then, they all come down to chill out, and then Yamcha, like a moron, draws Goku's attention to the real Monaka. Goku sees the real Monaka and everybody freaks out. Beerus powers up with the purple aura. He's pissed. Vegeta's like, fuck this, and he's ready to throw down, puts his dukes up. He's like, if this guy's going to take me out, I'm going to fight him. Goku says, wow, Monaka, you can split up like Boo? I better train even harder. He thinks that Monaka split up his body like Majin Buu did. Or does. Actually, I don't think we've seen Fat Buu do that. And Beerus then removes the helmet, and he's happy it's over. And then he officially regrets having lied to Goku, and then goes to eat. That's it. That's the episode. Really fun episode. If you can look over some of the plot holes and the logic holes, it is a fun episode. It's a great watch. Next week, Goku and Baby Pan. Mr. Karn is back. Pilaf is back. The Pilaf gang is going to meet Pan, and they have a new Pilaf robot. I'm going to love next week because I love Pilaf, and we're going to see Pan and Pilaf interacting. Baby Pan is going to interact with Pilaf. I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts down below on this video, not just this video, not my review, but I mean on this episode if you've seen it already. And look forward to seeing where they go next week with this in-between fun stuff. Super Slice of Life episodes are really, really good. Anyways, thank you again. Love all of you guys. Hope you all have a great weekend and a great, Memorial May, month of May, great summer. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'll catch you down the road.